ice coals. Everybody, so just an update on what's going on with my trip. Right now I am in Northern California at Elk Prairie State Park. I have I think the worst campsite in the whole place. I set up camp in the dark last night, so I didn't realize how much poison ivy is all over the place, so I guess we'll find out in a couple days if I actually touched any, so fingers crossed I did not. The first day was a long one. I was on the bike for probably close to 8 hours. Got a little bit of a late start. Temperatures were really hot, ran into a lot of wind. It felt like forever to get out of the desert and all the agriculture areas, but I finally made it up to Santa Cruz, California, which was my first destination. Santa Cruz is where my son lives. He goes to UC Santa Cruz there. So we had a great evening, stayed there at his house, went out to dinner. It was a good time. Next morning, we got up and he wanted to give me a tour of the campus. So then I hit the road again and I headed up to Northern California. Watch for these huge holes that are in the road here. Come on, San Francisco. Take care of your streets a little bit better. I knew I wasn't going to make it all the way to Oregon. I just didn't want to push it. Again, it was a really long day, and made it to this campground, which I did have a reservation for. I'm reminded what camping is like up north. It's cold and it's wet and nothing dries out. And there's poison ivy. Right now, getting ready to hit the road again, and I'm gonna be heading up the coast to Oregon, to my hometown of Bandon, where I will be staying with my brother, and then I will continue up north to Washington State. Still a long way to go, but so far everything is going well. The bike is running great, so I just need to be better about staying hydrated. I need to be better about taking breaks, and I definitely need to be better about eating food while I'm traveling. I just want to keep go, 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 and I know that's not the smartest way to do it. So I'll update you later on down the road. After I visited my brother on the Oregon coast, I continued up the coast to Reedsport, Oregon, and that's where I headed east to Interstate 5 and made my way to Portland. A highlight of this trip was meeting one of my favorite YouTubers, Amanda Zito. She gave me a personal escort out of Portland in the rain. Good morning. It is day 5 of my trip. Today is a big day. Not only is it the last leg of my trip up to Washington State, specifically Whidbey Island, today is a day where I'm going to meet somebody who has inspired me so much. Since I happen to be in her neck of the woods right now, I'm going to meet up with Amanda Zito. And even though we've talked a bit online and seen each other's videos and everything, today we finally get to meet in person. So pretty special day today. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you are too. So everything is almost packed up and getting ready to take it down to the bike. It's going to be an exciting day, but it's also going to be a cold day. So I've got, feels like I have 100 layers on. Helmet hugs then. Helmet hugs. From Portland, I went to Whidbey Island via Deception Pass. After attending to my family business for 3 days, I left the island on the Mukilteo ferry and headed to see my other brother. It was back to Oregon to Oak Ridge to see more family. Hey everyone, so here's an update on my trip so far. I am finally on the home stretch. Unfortunately, this was not a fun leisure trip. I had like a super tight schedule to keep due to the fact that I had to attend to really important family business. I felt like I was in this constant race to get to my next destination. But I'll tell you, this would have been a completely different trip if I would have had more time that allowed for a more flexible schedule. It also would have been different if the weather was a bit warmer and drier in the Pacific Northwest. But then again, I have to remember the reason why I took this challenge by choosing to ride my motorcycle instead of driving my car. That said, I tried to make things a little interesting by staying off the interstate as much as possible, but there were times when the interstate was simply the quickest way to my next destination. My intention at this point was to travel back to California via Highway 395. So from Oak Ridge, I traveled through Klamath Falls and I made my way back to California. And would you believe it? Suddenly the temperatures warmed up and I got to shed some of those awful rain and wind layers. I passed through Susanville and dipped into Nevada briefly to hop on Highway 395. Right now, I am in a hotel room in Reno. I could make the big push home today, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I am beat. I am exhausted. Yesterday was a long day on the motorcycle. I rode probably between 8 or 9 hours when you include all the gas stops. So the plan today is just to slow down for today. I'm gonna stop for the night in Lone Pine. I had considered camping there, but I think I'm gonna opt for a room instead. The plan from there is to get home sometime tomorrow morning. Sometimes it amazes me how I fit all that on that. It's crazy. Good morning. So I'm all packed up. This is my last stop on my trip. Took it easy yesterday. I really just wanted an easy day and, you know, felt like I could decompress a little bit from this trip just by getting a hotel room and trying to get out of here early this morning so I can get home. So, wow, what a whirlwind journey. Yeah, wishing that I would have had some more time to just see the sights and be more flexible, but it is what it is. It was still incredible. I grew as a person. I grew as a motorcycle rider and finally put real miles on my Honda CB500X. So yeah, it was incredible. So I'm thankful for this experience. So now it's time to get down to the bike and get on the road.